Welcome to MMA Fancast. My name is Luke Pace, and welcome back for everybody who's already a subscriber to the channel. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe so you can see more great interviews, including the one coming at you right now. James, Las Vegas, Lledo, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me again. Thanks, Luke.
Always great to have you on the show. You are coming off a fantastic submission Darce second round win in my home city, my birth city of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, for Maverick MMA. You were undefeated going into it at 3-0. Your opponent was going into it undefeated at 2-0. Before we get to the actual fight, how did this fight come together? Why say yes to it? What did you know about the guy coming into it? Kind of give me the rundown of the lead up, since we did not have the opportunity to have you on before the fight.
Well, it started because I wanted to get one more fight before I couldn't be on the 247 card July 29th because I'm going away. So I wanted to get a fight before that, and I saw Maverick was having a card in Bethlehem, which is only an hour away from where I live. And I reached out to them to try to get a fight, and they said, "Yeah, we'll see what we can do and match you up." And the only option that they really had was my opponent, and it had to be a novice amateur, unfortunately, but it didn't matter to me, so I said yes.
Okay, well that does make a difference. I appreciate the background of information. I've had you on a bunch, so we're not going to go into the novice rules, but the novice rules are not a rule set you want to continue to do. But Pennsylvania has novice rule sets. I personally think they're great for what they are, to help people develop, to give them time to develop. You're now 4-0. I also give you and your team credit for taking a fight that maybe was the best fight offered. Hats off to him for fighting you. Where are you currently training out of? Last time you and your brother were on the show, your brother Jack had a wonderful debut at the most recent 247 card from MMA. Are you guys still training? I think you had said Algio's gym.
Mostly Southside Boxing Club, but I'm up at school now at Lock Haven for grad school, so I've just been wrestling a lot, and I've stopped into American Top Team Happy Valley a couple times
Sure.
for their night classes, but yeah, Southside Boxing's my main spot.
Well, that's incredible. At Southside Boxing's your main spot. I had seen on Facebook. Congratulations, of course, on graduating from University of Pitt. That's a big deal. And now you're at Lock Haven. That's your. Oh no, you transferred. I honestly can't remember. I think you graduated. Now you're doing your post at Lock Haven, right?
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Good. Okay. The brain's firing. Sometimes it doesn't. Awesome. So what was it like finishing up and graduating from Pitt? I don't think we've had you on to talk about it. What led you to Lock Haven? I think it's fantastic that you're there for your COVID year, your bonus year, and kind of what's it been like so far for you at the Lock?
Well, it started because I had surgery at the beginning of last year, which led to me being out for like the whole season. And it caused a change of plans from going to originally do 5 years at Pitt to finish up my undergrad there that year and then test the waters of the transfer portal, which led me here to Lock Haven. And I'm originally, when I first got the surgery, I knew I was going to miss the whole season, and I thought it was the end of the world. But I mean, I'm loving it here, and God opened up those doors for me that I couldn't have imagined for myself or planned my on my own, and it's just been going amazing now. I couldn't ask for more.
Well, praise the Lord for that. I know it's always hard. We literally cannot see the way things are going to work out, and only God can see that. So I think it's a blessing that you're loving how things are going for you at the Lock Haven, the transfer portal being a blessing. Who knows what would have happened without the transfer portal? So I think that's really fantastic. Are you 1 year eligible or 2 years eligible at Lock?
I have two because of COVID, the COVID year that we got. So I have 2 more years.
So, okay. So I was half right on the COVID year, but your second year is because of you had a red shirt medical or some type of medical year. Gotcha. Okay. With all that being said, tell me a little bit more about Southside Boxing. Obviously, you're now on the kind of the middle area of the state. So your Western Pennsylvania connections are now moved to the center. So how's it been at Southside? And then what was it like stopping in to Happy Valley? Happy Valley has had a Division II national champ, uh, Noah Hermosillo. I don't know if you got to see him down at Happy Valley, but he came out and made his debut at 247. He was a Division II national champ. I know he's at Happy Valley. Obviously, couple UFC fighters at Happy Valley. So talk to me about Southside Boxing and then you stopping in for Happy Valley.
Yeah, well, I the week before the fight, I went back up to Pittsburgh to train at Southside for the week up leading up into the fight. But I love going up there. You know, the environment, and Matt's so invested and passionate about what he does, and I love going there. That's my spot. And but when I'm up here at school, I stop into ATT Happy Valley, and it's good to get some work in and stay sharp there. So it's good both ways.
That's great. Glad it's working for you. And obviously, I wish the best to Jack whenever he gets another fight figured out. We'll have him back on because I know he's also in college or maybe having a change of plans, whatever's going on with him. So now let's get down to the fight itself. Um, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, great spot. Maverick is a good regional promotion. How did the first round go for you? And kind of walk us through kind of how you felt things went in the first round, and then what you worked on, if anything, coming into the second round.
Well, the boxing felt really good, and I landed some significant strikes pretty immediately, and pretty much every punch I threw that landed, I felt hurt him, which I was pretty proud of. The only thing that I was a little bit upset about was I had him hurt before I took him down the second time. I hit him with like a 5 punch combo, like every punch landed really clean. And then I got a little hasty looking for the finish, which I've had that problem before. And I got clipped with a left hook, but it I definitely felt it, and it was a good shot. But I was proud of my recovery because as soon as I got hit with it, I was able to get a really nice takedown and secure the round. And then
Great.
going in the second, yeah, that's just first round. Did you want to talk about the second
Oh,
one yet?
that's perfect. That's yeah, you're doing it. Keep it going. Then going into the second round, what was the coaching like, if anything? What was your mindset coming into the second round?
The mindset was just us keep doing what you're doing, and I mean, like just the boxing that I've been learning and picking up with Matt. It's been huge, and just getting that jab working and that jab popping and moving. And we both knew that if I got that going, then a lot of other things were going to open up, like my straight right, my left hook, which they did. And I was actually really proud that the boxing kind of made him. He tried to take me down in the second round. I landed a couple good shots, a couple good jabs, and two hard right hands. And then the third time that I was coming in, he lowered his level to take me down, and I was proud of that because it made me feel like he didn't want to stand with me anymore, and he wanted to slow the fight down, which I was really happy with.
That is quite the accomplishment. Congratulations to you, your coach Matt, everybody at Southside. And that's sort of why wrestlers, the base of wrestling, can become so dangerous because when you're a student like you are, where you really want to learn, you and your brother have both said on the show that the plan in the Lledo brothers is to be pros together, to be pro. I think that came from your brother Jack sharing that you guys want to both be in the UFC together and have a career together, which we've seen the Diaz brothers and other brother sets do. It would be incredible for Lledo. I can just imagine your dad's dancing if you guys get to that point because your dad's dancing is fantastic the way it is now. Can only imagine how great it would be if if you guys continue to go in a positive direction. But you are a student of learning MMA, and I think with your wrestling background to have boxing good enough, which is clearly coming, improving. What to have boxing good enough to make somebody shoot out of change of plans, desperation, whatever you want to say, is is a winning formula because that's also where you are very good. How did the Darce come about? I do know that it can be hit from the sprawl control. When he shot in, did you snap him down in the sprawl control and work the Darce from there? How did the Darce come together?
After he attempted the takedown, I spun behind and lifted him up and threw him down. And then when he wrestled back into like a whizzer seatbelt position, I was able to slip it in and sink my hips into it and really make it tight and cause him to tap.
That makes sense. Thank you for the description of it. Obviously, incredible, not just grappling, it's grappling into the submissions that clearly makes you a very deadly combination. I've seen your throws, I've heard your throws. Your wrestling is a force to be reckoned with, but obviously so is your boxing and so is your jujitsu side of things, which means going forward, it it just levels up your game more and more and more. Going forward, as we talk about that, you're at Lock Haven Wrestling. Are you trying to get another match in before August, or kind of what's your time frame, or is it wait until your wrestling season's over?
Maverick said something about fighting for a belt on August 3rd, which would be ideal, and I would love to do that if I could make that happen.
Okay.
So they actually said it like in the cage, like they were like, "Do you want to fight for the belt next?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely, that'd be great." So I'd love to do that if I could do it before the end of the season, before the end of the summer, that is. And then once wrestling starts, it's wrestling only. It's wrestling mode.
Yep, sure. I know you had said that before when you were at Pitt and you were, training in Pittsburgh for MMA. You obviously have to have two modes, wrestling mode and MMA mode. It's fantastic that you're still a college wrestler and you're 4-0 as an amateur MMA fighter. So, being able to do both, you're already that much closer to kind of the next level to your career. That sounds great. I know your time frame would have to really work with wrestling, so hopefully they can get something worked out for the August. That would be a really fantastic thing. I don't know. Was this fight at 170 or 185?
It was at 185. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to cut a whole ton of weight at
Right.
amateur right now, but yeah, I only walk around like 195, and I know eventually I'll make the cut to 170, but probably not until I go professional.
Yeah, everybody has their own opinion from my line. I'm just out here. I think that's a solid plan. Now, people can cut as amateurs if they want, but I think the belief that you should, go as light as you possibly can as amateurs. Well, what else can you do when you get to pro? So I think it gives you some wiggle room. You can get to pro and then figure out if 170 is a better fit for you. So frankly, I think that's a solid plan. Allows your body to be a little bit healthier as you're wrestling and those type things. Can't wait to see what's next. I would also, I know I've said this before, but clearly you had the injury season at Pitt. Would love to have you back on during a season if there's a tournament or some bigger event that you place well in or whatever. Just reach out to me. I'd love to have you back on to cover some of your Lock Haven, depending on how things go there. Would love to have you back if you get the fight, Maverick. Can't wait to see your career and Jack's career, and can't wait to see it. So I appreciate you coming on. Everybody, get on the. Ooh, that sounds nice. Get on the Lledo train now because uh, uh, you obviously, James and Jack Lledo, are going to be really, really fun to follow and support for a long period of time. I really appreciate you coming on. Best skills to you in wrestling. And if you can get a fight in, we'll have you back. I'm Luke Mason from MMA Fancast. A big thanks to undefeated 4-0 middleweight rising amateur star. We don't know what the Tapology ratings will be because they haven't updated them from your fight, but you're soon going to be that top 20, top 15, top 10, or maybe even higher with your record. So it's been an honor having you on the show, sir. Thanks so much.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, and I want to give a quick special shout out. It's my grandma's birthday. Happy 75th birthday, Mimi. And I want to thank my whole family for everything, and thank you, Matt, Southside Boxing, and I appreciate everything you guys do for me. So thank you.
Well, all the thank yous are very important. Happy birthday to James Mimi from me at MMA Fancast and all of the fans that will be watching that. What That's just fun. So happy birthday to your grandmother. Any other shout outs? You said Southside, some of your other people, anybody else? Because I obviously know that's a big part of who you are.
Especially my father, he was extremely ecstatic. He said this was after the fight, directly after, he was like, "I've been really proud of you before, but this is the proudest I've ever been of you." So I want to give a special shout out to him, and he's the man. So I love him.
He is the man. I hope to see him if you ever get the opportunity to fight. Come back around to 247 at some point. I'd love to see him again. The whole Lledo family is so special. So happy birthday to your Mimi. Thanks so much for coming on her big day. I appreciate you. Always an honor having you on the show, sir.
All right, thank you so much. Have a good one, Luke. Thank you for having me.
Skills, brother. The one, the only, James Las Vegas Lledo.